Hi everybody, I'm super excited about today's activity. We're gonna make hand drums. Here's what we need. An empty Pringles container, some string, a hole puncher, some really thick painter's tape, 2 or 4 beads. Susie's has smileys on it, but you can use any kind you want. It has to have a hole in the middle, of course. 2 balloons, a pencil, pair of scissors, and a little bit of regular tape. Now, you will need a special utility knife, but this is only for the adults to use, and you'll understand why in a minute. Okay, let's get started. First, we're going to empty our Pringles box. Yum, yum. Now, Susie did that earlier so that we had time to do the whole activity. Well, what we're gonna do, see how that used to be a Pringles box? We're gonna cut the Pringles box. So the first thing we're gonna do, this is where our thick painter's tape comes in handy. We're gonna take off a big piece and cut it. And what the painter's tape is gonna do is make a straight line for mommy or daddy or whoever's gonna do the cutting to cut for you. So we'll take the painter's tape and line it up. Make it straight. And when you go around the entire container, when you go around the entire container, it will make a straight line for cutting, and it also helps with the decorating, which you'll see later. See, when we come to here, it lines up, and that is exactly where they will cut. Now, when the cutting is finished, it will look like this. See? That's where it came from. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to punch holes for our pencil and for our string. So we're gonna punch 1 hole on the top and 1 hole on the bottom with our really strong hole puncher. 1, directly down on the bottom. 2. Then we're gonna punch on the other 2 sides, here and here. 1 and 2. Terrific. So we have a hole here, a hole on the opposite side, here and here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so next we're going to take our pencil and we're going to put the pencil through the bottom and out on the top. The reason we make it come through is so the pencil doesn't move. So when we do this, the pencil isn't flopping back and forth. So we'll push it through like that, but then we want to put it down so that it's even, so that you don't see it too much. And then we're going to take a piece of painter's tape and cover it so that you don't see the pencil. That's really more for decoration. And it might hold it a little bit too. Ta-da! Okay. Next, we're gonna cut a piece of string. Now the string should be a little bit longer. It should be about out to here on each side, because we're gonna wrap it around the pencil so that it stays in place, and then bring it through the other side. Now we can trim it afterwards. So when we do it, remember we're gonna put the beads here and we're gonna tie it on the end. So It's wrapped around the pencil and there's extra out on the ends. Susie's going to cut it here. Now we don't want the string moving around inside either. So this is where the tape comes in. We want to tighten it a little bit and then put tape so that it stays in place in the middle. The only thing we really want moving is the string on the outside so it can make that pretty hand drum sound. So I put a little tape here, and I'm also going to put tape on the other side to hold the string. You could tie it in a knot too if you wanted to, but I like the tape. Okay, now we're going to add our beads, but we want to be sure that we put a knot before the beads so that the beads don't slip all the way back here. So take your string and make sure that you're tying the knot. We don't want the knot way out here, because if the beads go way out here, they won't hit the drum, which is going to be in the middle. So we want to take the string and then tie a knot right here. So here, just a little bit in, because when we add our beads, they're going to hit right in the middle. Does that make sense? Yeah, of course. Okay, then we're going to put 2 beads on one side. 1. Now, if you only have 2 beads, 1 will work. Susie just likes the 2. Then we're going to tie so that the bead doesn't fall off and go flying when we start to use our drums. Okay, let's double check, okay? When it flies here, boom. Ooh. When it flies here, boom. Ooh, that one's a little close. I might adjust it a little bit. You can fix it. You can untie it and make it a little closer. Ta-da! Ta-da! Boom! Oh, that's good. Boom! And fix the pencil. Okay, now let's do the other side. We have our other beads. Oh, there it is. Remember, we're going to take this here and make sure we tie the knot so that the bead will hit in the right place. Not too up, too far up, not too far down. Boom. Boom. A little bit farther up. Boom. Boom. Good. Then we put our other 2 beads. I like working with happy face beads. 1. And 2. And then tie a knot here so that the beads don't go flying when we play. I have happy face pencil in here too. Lots of happy faces. That's it, there and there. If we just do that, there really isn't much music happening. Here comes the drum part. Now, we've done this before with our tin can drums. You take a balloon and you cut the balloon right here. Just take off this long part. Then you have to stretch the balloon. See, even Susie's balloons have smiley faces on it. You stretch the balloon. You might need a little help with this. You stretch the balloon over the Pringles container. And we want to try to make it as tight as we can so that we don't have a little bubble in the middle. kids is probably the hardest part. Ooh, so good. One side. See, what I love is that the balloons are so colorful that they're very decorative. Stretch on the other side. And then I like to try to bring the balloons as close together as possible because it's like a decoration. Now, some people will put tape all the way around as well, but I haven't found that it was a problem at all. And because I have the green tape underneath, it stayed on pretty tight. And the red. Try to get them as close together as possible and as tight as possible, because the tighter the balloon is, the prettier the sound. Shall we try it? Here we go. Hand drums. I wonder what color balloons you'll use. See you soon.